Greetings everyone, and Great here with another Advanced Wars Days of Ruin Tiny Wars replay. On the south side as the red Caulder got shoeLv3. On the north side as the teal Judy, we got Frozen. Caulder has been nerfed from the cartridge counterpart, or should I just say straight up balanced. He has a standard board that costs 50, 2 radius, no expansion, no energy, and only provides plus 25%, and 2 health every turn. Does cost funds. Judy is a custom CO, salvage specialist, 30% boarding cost, 3 radius, no expansion, no energy as well. Gives plus 20% offense, plus 10% defense, and you get 30% salvage of your opponent's units as you start doing damage. By the way, let's go and get started. This map, whoops, I hit my microphone pretty hard right there. I can see it is a triple base map. Okay, it's a triangle of stuff. 2 base and center is a quadruple base map. Got airports on the single base sides. Also got some harbors, so this is going to be very, very chaotic. I see compounds in the center. We also got some radar station for additional defense. Additionally, there is what appears to be a traversable naval path one side, the other side. Go right here, go across the under the bridges, and go over here. So left and right side are connected. So this may be a battleship map. Maybe we'll see some seaplanes. Guess we'll find out soon enough. Bike, infantry. So got a pair of bikes this turn. Caulder currently just has infantry units on the field. And there's a lot of properties this map, so it's going to be pretty high funds this game. We already got 10,000 versus 11,000 at the moment. There's also a good number of harbors in the field. Looks like 6 harbors on the field. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Got a number of bikes there, so both players have got a good number of bikes. I want to see a lot of properties captured this turn. Caulder skips the port capture, going straight for the comm tower. Got this comm tower being captured up as well. And these HQs are pretty close by each other, so we could see some sort of like naval escort play to go for the HQs. After all, battleships are just 2 tiles away. We got a bit of interrupt there. Got a tank up here. This is the first tank. Appears to be first tank. We do have a mech down here as well. Got a battle copter up here. I'm definitely gonna miss a lot of stuff because you got left, right, and center. Battle copter down here. Battlecopter gets a good shot there on the infantry unit. Of course, now the player has to worry about charging up CO powers. So their CO units are pretty disposable. One provides power and momentum, the other one provides income. Got a mech NT copter here. Judy's command take pushing out south, getting a little bit of salvage there. Got a battle copper down here. Anti-air right there. There comes 28 versus 27, so it's going to be a lot of valuable units on all flanks. Somebody can always go something expensive on one side and start doing some good work. How much do battleships cost again? Battleships do cost 25,000, so that is another range affordable. But it will basically be a triple base skip if you go for a battleship at the moment. So both players need to capture more properties before they can start deploying on battleships, or reasonably deploying on battleships. Caulder has loaded himself up to his command copter. It's now heading down south. Could see a cruiser here at the counter. Now a duster down here, so, and artillery there. Artillery's just probably just eyeing the lockdown this region. The more look at this side of the map, we do have a mount here, a couple shores, so this is a bit of a choke point, so artillery can do quite nice, as well as 80 tank. Dusters, this is probably meant to counter the command copter. I think it's a good strike there. Anti-air. Battlecopter up here. Another mech, anti-air there. Did I say that one? A mech down here. Yep, my eyes are being pulled from all angles. I'm not going to do a good job casting this one. There's just way too many areas to keep track of. Forward over here. Somebody got deployed on the field. Tank. Anti-air up here. Main tank does fall back a little bit. Another anti-air up north. I don't know why. That looked like the mech didn't move there. I wonder if that was a fresh one, or I may have missed it being deployed. I don't know. Right now, both players have 32,000 income. Got artillery and anti-air in the bottom center of the map. Pushing up here. Anti-air are there. Has 10,000 funds remaining. Battlecopter up here. Pushing down south. I think a red should be able to push down south quite reasonably. There's a lot of infantry there. It does do some weight commands there. Got one despicable neutral property over here, as was over here. This one could be interrupted though. Judy's command taking her forward, trying to go for this salvage here. Needs to take out the command copter first. That is providing plus 25% defense as well as offense. But taking out good enough of those units there. Medium tank in the top middle. Over here, mech artillery. Artillery in a good defense position there. Tank there. This infantry unit could push forward, take out that one health one, and then the anti-air can hit the artillery piece. That won't be cost effective though. Mech is a good strike there. As well, Caulder has plus 25% offense, so these units going to be striking for a pretty good amount of damage there. Almost locks out that battlecopter. And Resident Overrun over here has a reasonable grasp over here as well. 36 versus 31, so it looks like Caulder has gotten a decent amount of property flips. Double medium tank here as well. Mech, infantry. Trying to flip some of that port there. Grabbing the... If she can somehow get that seaport, then she can pull out a forward battleship in a very powerful position. Remember as well, Caulder's HQ is right here, so she could overrun the HQ relatively soon. There's a Caulder's command copter. Right now, Caulder has 155,000 field and 148. Judy has less in the field, but she has possibly just go for the win. Capturing up multiple properties in the center. She may just need to stabilize this region with an anti-tank. Battleship could also be utilized there. Bomber now deployed on the flank. Looks like she's going to try to push this flank with a bomber. She could just try to solve this region. I think Judy's just trying to go for the win. The medium tanks would take a turn to push forward, giving Judy a turn to push before Caulder can probably push her out those mediums. But she still has a lot of other forces as well to engage those mediums. Tank, medium tank down south. Pulls back off the HQ. HQ is not exposed, and a lot of squads can be utilized for capturing. A couple battle cops in flank. One of them can be destroyed by the anti-air. I think Judy should try to go for a battleship here and bring some shore bombardment. Finish off that battle copter there. Caulder's making great headway over there. Not big contest though. Battlecopter. Anti-air. Artillery. Battlecopter, artillery, and base skip. Caulder's medium tanks push the way forward. Judy's command tank is right there, so we could see some good salvage there. I feel pretty justified in suggesting the battleship right now with this assault. Not stand corrected, but correct. Got this battlecopter over here, an infantry unit. Judy may want to send some infantry over here, because right now she's losing a decent number of properties. It is 34 versus 36. She is gained grounds, I think most in the center. Yeah, she did flip this one property across the sea. Bomber did not get an engagement there. Judy's command tank rotate over there, not engaging these tanks. There's salvage there. And those are she will not push forward. He falls back a little bit there. Or almost entirely, I should say. A decent amount of infantry pushing over here. Has some artillery and infantry of her own. There's a battleship, but I thought a battleship here would have been better. Oops. Bike, mech, and infantry. This gives a pretty good shot on the command tank. The command tank will likely go down. She does have a unit on top of the HQ, so she can quickly get a CO unit here, or could just pull the CO unit on the battleship. It could be a good idea to CO this tank there, even if it is pretty wounded, just to get the salvage going. So right now, Caulder's advance will be supplemented with the offense, defense, and the health. It will be a powerful death ball right here. She has to blunt the assault, and she's going to blunt the assault, get the CO zone going to get the salvage. Not too many anti-airs in this region as well, so the bomber should be pretty safe push way forward. Bomber does not engage the anti-air. Would probably be in range of this anti-air if it strikes the same this anti-air. Will we see another battleship? What will we see? Good strike there. Able to push a little bit of the flank. Got a gunboat here to help engage the battleship. Also up here as well. It looks like the gunboat's going to be charging against the battleship. Double war tank. Okay. Ends with 32, so infantry, infantry. Another gunboat there. Gains some good damage there. Artillery does go down. Gets a good strike on the capturing infantry. This assault is basically done for, but did get a decent distraction there. Mech battlecopter. Bike. Mech. Caulder right now is 37,000. Judy has 33. As CO'd inside of the medium tank here for Caulder, and there's a CO bike by Judy. Bit of damage there, but that can get repaired on up. Takes out the anti-air. Also push right forward, down to 31 fuel. You now have a war tank anti-air. So 11,000 left in the funds, anti-air infantry. Caulder makes good advances there. Start to turn with 39,000 in the bank, so he has plenty to blow on the field. Right now, Judy ends with 215. Caulder right now has 232 with another 14,000 to spend. And he has deployed out a full battleship over here as well. Bike, mech, infantry, mech. Tank falls back there. Does get a shot there in the anti-air. Battleship can retaliate next turn. Gunboat takes a good shot there from the battleship, but this other gunboat's in range. Strikes it, effectively knocking it out as well. Mech gets a good strike there. Anti-air falls back. Overall, probably just be a little bit defensive over here. As good amount of artillery, it's going to be a bigger choke point with both fires spanning out infantry. Got now a triple war tank ready to push on forward. Still got these non-medium tanks here, and of course with Caulder, well, those will be healed up no problem. Bike, infantry, duster down here. Gunboat over here, 9,000 still in the bank. Infantry, and I heard another gunboat up here. And looks like Red starting to rotate over here, trying to close on in. A quick battleship, or maybe not so quick battleship, could be useful to help lock it down. Maybe a bomber here. Just have to first strike that anti-air. Gunboats got some damage on the battleship, just not a great amount. They're also expended their ammo. These gunboats should just try to be annoying, just block bridges. And that's all they can pretty much be used for at this point in time. Caulder ends the turn of 225 or 255 on the field. Judy will start the turn with 227. Of course, for day-to-day income, so they're pretty even. Judy just maybe slightly behind, but of course she still can take her turn to do work. Don't think using the gunboat to take out a gunboat would be a great idea, because it does, of course, consume all the ammo. But she is smashing through over here. Does bring her command bike over here to get the booster strike, not to mention a bit of salvage there. Bomber blocks the battleship there and picking away at it. Very good spot there for the bomber. The bomber has 2 rounds left, but no real big threat to take it out. In fact, the anti-air cannot range it, period. Got the river there. Of course, deep shore there, or deep sea, deep sea. The only thing you can reach it is this shore here, but that's of course across the river. So that battleship is stuck and not even in harbor. Paul needs to delete the gun. Delete the gunboat, get out of cruiser, but still can't range it because the battleship is in the way. You have to delete both of these naval units to get there. Oh, there's a duster. I didn't see the duster. I am blind. Red is starting to really push down this bottom flank. There is now a battleship deployed out. Gunboat consumes ammo. Got this gunboat with plenty of ammo. Push forward, get a shot there. Maybe pull out another battleship. Maybe a bomber. But if Judy goes for a bomber, then the battleship needs to strike the anti-air. But things that Judy could do is actually start eyeing to get the HQ again. Doesn't have a whole lot of infantry here. Got a wounded command bike, a wounded mech, a full health mech, and a full health bike back here. I am curious as well. Let's see. Let's get a bit of merge there. We'll do 46 damage. I wonder what she will eye down here. Good attacks by the max. Flipping radar. Does get a first strike there on the battleship. Sinks the battleship. Infantry creeping their way forward with our good amount of artillery support. Pushing it down right there. Currently has 112,000 in the field versus Caulder's 130. Anti-tank. Anti-tank's definitely a good call. Maybe battlecopter as well. Got 2 gunboats here, but one is out of ammo. Oh, there's a third one here in range of the battleship. This battleship's going to take some fire next turn. This turn. I think as well, this need to take a push to the shore to get booster strikes with the gunboats. Oh, there's a third one there. So the battleship does get sunk. At this current rate, Red may need to get out a APC, maybe even pull out a temporary harbor as well as manually supplying. Base blocks with the gunboat. Still no real counter to the airport. Got 2 health anti-air, and the full health one does fall back. So a bomber can be a great way to stabilize the region. If she wants to stabilize the region, maybe just try to go for the wind. Nothing is in range to capture HQ, or no, this bike may be in range as well as this bike. Both of them a bit wounded though. Infantry charging way forward into the range of artillery, so this area is starting to go hot. Caulder right now has 261 funds on the field. Judy will start the turn with 216. Interrupts that capture down there. Can't start. Looks like cannot start capturing the HQ this turn. Needs a war tank on top of the HQ. Just make sure it doesn't get occupied. Doesn't have to clear it out. Bomber over here. I think trying to flank the area with a bomber and anti-tank. That is the one probably fired up on something. I wasn't paying attention down there. It's also efficiency 1. Gunboats heading up here, which can just block, just be annoying and block the bridges. Judy's command bike could get a very good amount of salvage next turn. Okay, strike on the artillery by the Duster. This game could still go either way. It is technically stronger and better right now for Caulder, but Judy has a win condition. Got more anti-air push before. Now the airport is effectively locked down. I think a medium tank would be best down here if she wants to try winning that area. Anti-air. War tank there. Helicopter's getting relatively low in fuel. And it is trying to flip multiple properties there to cause some issues. And here gets a good strike there. Interrupt those captures. Just let that infantry unit finish off those units. Can start the capture the HQ this turn. Nope, gets on top of the HQ. So there, artillery gets a good strike there. War tank gets a good strike. Gunboat pulls back off the bridge. I think the gunboat should have stayed on top of the bridge, but looks like just want to get a shot onto the anti-air. Anti-tank not getting off the base there. Got another battleship over here trying to provide some fire support. Trying to go for the win. Tank infantry. Nice little counterattack there. Gets a good strike on the artillery piece. Command tank does go down, and there's nothing nearby to be sealed. Nothing on the HQ. Could send an anti-air up there. Good strike there. I think Caulder maybe was stabilized. Has the gunboats now out of ammo, causing mobility issues. War tank and this regular tank are both just stuck there. Still would be good if the war tank engaged the command tank either way. Battleship is down to 1 ammo as well. So this area is just getting messy, but I think it's going in favor of Caulder. Down here is basically lost. Caulder's falling back up here, has a good amount of mass here, so Turquoise doesn't really have a lot of units to push forward, just hold the line. And looks like Turquoise has resigned. This is Angry saying, keep watching, and on to the next replay.